Hello everyone, it is New Year's Eve, and if you're headed out to some New Year's parties, I wanted to give you this webcast extra so you know what to expect not only overnight tonight, but into your 2015. Let's get right to it and get you caught up with the latest. Temperature-wise, it's cold out there. Temperatures are in the upper 20s as expected in Benton County. It did hit the freezing level in Fayetteville, but high clouds rolling in. That is a sign that we've got a weather system off to the west. Now, you might be concerned about precipitation overnight tonight after the New Year's parties, after the hog drop, and after the many other parties for the start of 2015. Do not be concerned about that. Precipitation won't move in until early morning around sunrise on Thursday, and I'll show you where that potential looks to be the greatest. And then on Thursday afternoon, that precipitation will continue all across the area. As we look at the regional temperatures, the Arctic air has definitely invaded the area, and it is in place. It's been in place over the last few days. So as the cold air has already arrived, we got a weather system that's moving in from the southwest. Now, because of the onset of the precipitation occurring a little bit earlier the farther southwest you go, the Weather Service out of Tulsa issuing a winter weather advisory. Now, you might be seeing that on the maps, you might be seeing that tweeted in Facebook, but that does not start until 6 a.m. Thursday morning. So after midnight, no issues. Tomorrow early morning around sunrise and a little bit after, that will be an issue as freezing rain looks like a good possibility, especially in the Ouachitas as well as the southern river valley starting Thursday morning. And that goes throughout 6 o'clock in the evening on Thursday as well. Winter storm warnings also to the west-southwest of Dallas for mainly freezing rain. This is mostly a freezing rain and sleet event. It does not look like it's going to be a heavy snow event, at least for the next couple of days. On Saturday, there could be some light snow, though, along the Oklahoma-Kansas border. Now, the snow did fall earlier yesterday as well as this morning in eastern New Mexico as well as the Texas Panhandle. All these little impulses are swinging in from the southwest. The Arctic front has made it all the way south into the near Cuba in the Gulf, so it continues to move in. High pressure is firmly in control. But here's that weather system spinning about. It is organizing just beautifully and perfectly as expected. You can really see that swirl on water vapor. We look at the water vapor so we can see the air current, the way the air currents are moving. There's the swirl and the spin. Now, something to note is that there is the kicker system that we've been watching for starting to move south of Portland. You can see that located right in this area. This kicker system will round the base of the trough, and I will also say too, as I talked about before in my earlier webcast extra, all this little extra energy that's swinging in west of Baja, moving to the northeast, all that energy goes undetected by the computer models a lot of times, so I do believe that precipitation will be a lot more widespread compared to what it shows for Thursday. Now on Friday, the precipitation will linger to the south as this system starts to eject eastward. Big, large dip in the jet stream. It's a positively tilted trough. Here's the cold air surging in. It's already in place, and you got the warm air surging in from the south. If you want to learn what causes the different winter precipitation types, go ahead and look at the earlier webcast that I posted shortly before midnight last night on December 30th. The time of this recording, by the way, is just before 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve. So satellite and radar showing quiet weather across the area, a little bit of light precipitation popping up, mainly sprinkles, and most of this is evaporating, if not all of it, in southern Leflore County. I do believe, though, that shortly after midnight in eastern Oklahoma, if you have any plans to travel into eastern Oklahoma or even central Oklahoma for that matter, there could be a little bit of light freezing rain as well as freezing drizzle. Now, on your future track, this has changed somewhat. Watch what happens overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Here's the temperatures will hover in the mid-20s for New Year's Eve when the hog drop takes place, and at the stroke of midnight, we are looking at temperatures hovering really in the middle to upper 20s. I think lower 30s is a little too warm on the future track, but look at the precipitation moving in. There you can see it starting to surge in as that energy impulse starts to round the base of the trough. Then you see on Thursday late morning precipitation moving in. Now some of this could fall as freezing rain, but throughout the morning in the river valley, that warm air will be surging up from the south, so temperatures should remain just above freezing shortly after the onset of that freezing rain in the river valley. Now in northwest Arkansas, that's going to be a little bit of a different story, as you will see those temperatures hovering basically in the lower to middle 30s. The phone is ringing. I'm sure a lot of people want to know the forecast. I'll get to that here in a little bit. But look at the area in Benton County. There could be some sleet as well as freezing rain, maybe even a few snow flurries on the leading edge of the precipitation due to that evaporative cooling and the evaporational cooling. Then throughout Thursday late morning, watch what happens. Temperatures start to warm. That sleet, and I do mean very light sleet and freezing rain mixture, will eventually turn to all rain. Now what happens by tomorrow evening, the precipitation moves out. You might think that's the end of it, but the system is locking and reloading and getting ready to move in for Friday evening. And at this time, I think these temperatures are also way too warm on the future track, but I do believe that we will be mainly above freezing. However, areas in southwest Missouri and extreme northeast Oklahoma as well as northern Benton County, they could be flirting with close to freezing. So some of this may fall as the frozen variety, but throughout the day on Saturday, temperatures will really start to warm. We may even see some thunderstorm activity, and this will be heavy rain as well. So if these temperatures do trend downhill on Saturday, that could spell trouble for some heavier rain, freezing rain accumulation. But at the time, we are looking for limited ice accumulation, maybe 1/10 of an inch at the very most in some locations at the Bobby Hopper Tunnel, the elevated areas of the Boston Mountains. This is going to be a light sleet and freezing rain event. And the threat will be slick bridges and overpasses. They're the first ones to freeze, and that could be the case on your commute for Thursday late morning. So be aware of that. In the River Valley, it'll occur early Thursday morning. Freezing rain and rain in eastern Oklahoma into the River Valley by around 6 a.m., possibly a little bit earlier, around 10 a.m. in northwest Arkansas, and more precipitation, as you saw, coming in Friday, especially in the evening into Saturday morning. So where will this hit? Well, early Thursday morning, it will be in the Ouachita, sleet and freezing rain in northwest Arkansas. During the late morning hours on Thursday, widespread precipitation starts to move in, and we will watch those temperature trends. Could even be some wraparound snow on Saturday as the cold air really starts to pour in. But we have the shallow cold air mass in place, large slow-moving system in the desert southwest, and low-level temperatures will warm, and that will lead to that transition from sleet, freezing rain, eventually to rain. We'll continue to track the latest. Until then, have a very happy New Year, and be safe, everyone, if you're headed out to those New Year's Eve parties. If anything changes in the forecast, I'll let you know about it. So keep it here with your Weather Authority, and we'll keep you safe.